let's get our bodies warmed up and ready to dance. We want to try to get inside ourselves and move from the inside out, so it's not just a bunch of superficial things going on outside. So to start, let's talk about our breathing, because a lot of times, especially once we start moving or we get tense, we stop breathing. So put your hands on the outside of your ribs, your rib cage, not down on your hips, and as you breathe in, push the air out through those ribs. As you breathe out, letting the air out, feel like from your belly button, the air goes out your head and out your feet. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now add the arms. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Now reach as high as you can up to the ceiling. Stretch your whole side. Reach and reach and reach and reach and reach. Both arms up. Breathe in. As you breathe out, reach way over to the side and feel all the muscles in between your ribs, your intercostals, stretch out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Now go ahead and let go of the arms. You can stretch a little bit more over. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Now open the arms, and as you do so, you're going to lift your sternum up to the ceiling. So everybody put your fingers on your sternum, and as you breathe in, reach up and push your fingers up to the ceiling and come center. Next comes one of the most important exercises, rolling down. So we're going to try to get flexibility in every vertebra in our spine. So we're going to start, I'll face you first, and then I'll go from sideways. You want to keep your belly button slightly in. As you breathe out, you're going to drop your chin, relax your shoulders, then your rib cage, waist, and just let everything hang. Wherever it is, just let it hang. Then you're going to stay here for a while and stretch. Then we'll breathe in. As we breathe out, feel the belly button push back into the spine. Roll up, place your pelvis on your feet, then your ribs, then your shoulders, and then your head. So when you breathe out, you want to feel a little bit as you get taller that the belly button pushes slightly into the spine, not changing the shape of anything. Let's try that once again. I'll do a sideways view. So I'm going to start with my head. Breathe in, breathe out, chin into the chest, then relax the shoulders, relax the ribs. Keep going down till you can't go any farther. You can stay here, either bend one knee or the other or both. Stretch, big deep breath in. As you breathe out, pull the belly button into the spine. Place the pelvis on the feet, then the ribs, shoulders, head. Okay, great. So now what we're going to do is feel our weight on our feet. So we want to rock forward, put our weight on the balls of the feet, rock back onto your heels, forward onto the balls of the feet, back onto the heels. You can see that we actually have quite a bit of range through our body depending on where our weight is on our feet. So we want to be able to use that. And in general, you want to feel your weight equally distributed between the ball of your foot and your heel. So you want your weight in between. Same thing side to side. I try to get most of my weight over to my left, mostly to the right. You'll be mirroring me, left, right, left, right, and center the weight. Generally, when we dance, our weight is more on one leg than the other, even if our feet are together. But for warming up, we want our weight pretty equal. Okay, so we're in between the ball of the foot and the heel, and both legs are equally, weight is distributed. Now let's work on our feet. So lift your left heel and keep your toes on the floor. So you want your foot to look like you're wearing high heels. Lower the heel back down. Other leg, lift the heel. Try to stretch the instep, point, lower that heel back down. Lift, and lower back down, and lift, and lower. Now we're going to add the toes. So lift your heel, stretch your toes, reaching them out toward the floor. Put the ball of the foot back down, lower the heel. Sideways is heel, toe, toe, heel. It's actually heel ball. Ready? So let's do the left side. Lift, point, back down, and lower. Other side, heel, point, back, and lower, heel, point, back, and lower, heel, point, back, and lower. The more articulate your feet are, the better your balance, the easier it is to move. Plus, when you're doing any kind of poses, you want to have your foot pointed and not just hanging limply if you're doing any kind of layouts or any sort of interesting poses. Okay, so now we're going to work on the rotation. So we're in parallel position with our feet pointing forward. Now you want to lift, rotate out, back to parallel, rotate out, back to parallel, and out, and parallel, lower down. Lift the other heel up, rotate out. So all this is happening in your hip socket. Rotate parallel, out, parallel, out, parallel, lower down. Rock your weight slightly back onto your heels. From inside your hip sockets up in here, rotate out, back to parallel. Rotate out, back to parallel, rotate out. If you need to pull your heels slightly together. Now here it's very important that the feet are pointing where our rotation is. So nobody's feet are this far apart. So try to just make sure that your knee goes over your heel. So bend your knee and make sure it's going over your heel. Come back to center. And again, bend, and center, and bend, and center. Now from here we're going to relevate, press down, and lower down. And again, open, and center, press up, and lower down. Back to parallel, same thing. Make sure your feet are pointing forward. Plie, knees should go right over the toes. Don't let your knees roll in. Center, slowly press up, and lower. When you press up, your weight will be obviously more on the ball of the foot, so let your weight come slightly forward and lower slowly. That's how you get the control and the balance. Center and up and lower. Rotate out. Take your legs out into second position. This is a very powerful position in movement. So we want to open our knees and center. We won't go up until later on. And open and center and open and center. This is not a squat, so don't change your body. You're just trying to get articulation in the hip socket. Okay, now let's work on shifting in this position. So we'll go way over to one side, come center and over, center and over, and over, and shift, and shift, and center. Turn your legs into parallel second position, so your legs are still rather wide. Shift, and shift, and shift, and shift, and shift, and shift, and center.